Watching sunrise meets my skin.
Okay, we just finished the intro and outro for part 1, and now we are about to start. We already went to Lowe's and Home Depot and got all of the plants and things that we need, I think. So right now we are just finishing up some things, and I'm so excited to be showing you guys what else we do to the back porch. So in this video, you'll see us build a herb box out of cedar picket fence pieces. And we're going to be adding in a roller shade. We're going to be moving some ferns around. We're going to just be decorating and make this space beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and stick around and see what all we do to this porch. Hey guys, so we just went to Lowe's and we bought cedar 2x4s. We're gonna do like a garden herb box because I really want to have an herb garden and I want it on the back porch. We're gonna build an herb garden box, and let me show you kind of our inspiration photo. I just screenshotted it earlier. So this is kind of what we're gonna do, and we're going to make it out of cedar. That way I don't have to stain it or seal it or anything. Like cedar's just much more long lasting, and I think it's like anti-pest or something. I don't know the exact claim. Cedar is just like, it's a great alternative to pine, and you don't want to do treated pine for like an herb garden or anything you're gonna eat, so like vegetables, but you know, it's like super windy outside, so I'm just gonna film this on my phone a little bit. But we bought cedar 2x4s and we're going to cut them in half and make like little square legs, and then we're going to use cedar fence pickets to create the box. We're just gonna be prepping the wood for right now, so we're gonna go plane it. For now, we're just gonna get everything ready to build. I'm not sure that we're gonna build because it's getting really gross outside. We're gonna have like a massive storm. So I wish I could tell you that we have plans for this or there's somewhere online where you can find them, but unfortunately there's not. But I'll basically tell you what we did. So we went and cut down some cedar 2x4s and we cut them to be about 36 inches tall because they're gonna be the legs of the planter. And then we just cut our cedar fence pickets down to 9 inches. And then we are running them through the planer just to clean them up. They look so much better when you plane them down. And so we're also gonna plane down the 2x4s, and that's how we got a really nice finish on them. Then we cut the 2x4s in half so that they would be square legs. And this looks so much better than just doing like a 2x4. If you just take the few extra steps and customize everything, you'll find that looks so much better. And we are cutting down the fence pickets, and I guess you don't really have to do this, but I think it looked better and it kind of matched my inspiration photo more. So now we are just attaching them to a header piece that just kind of is going to hold everything together, and you can see that in the finished product. It just adds a little bit more craftsmanship and just looks a little bit nicer. Then we assembled everything using pocket hole screws. So here we are drilling the pocket holes into each of the pieces. We basically made 4 sides to the box and then did 8 pocket holes per piece. And this is what we'll attach to the legs of the planter box. So we put a little bit of wood glue onto there and then attached them using pocket hole screws. And again, this is super easy. I think this is a very beginner friendly project. You don't need that many tools, and you didn't have to do all of the extra steps that we did. We just do because we already have the tools. Once the box was assembled, we used some wood glue and notched out a spot on the base, the floorboard of it basically, to fit her on the leg, and then we just used wood glue and brad nails again to hold that in place. Then we added some horizontal supports that we just nailed and glued down as well, just to keep the boards all together. And then we wanted to create a really nice mitered corner top, so we mapped that out and then we used wood glue and assembled it as one piece. And then again, used the brad nails to tack it into place. And then we finished off by adding these little corner pieces, and I did not end up filming it, but Robbie also added a little shelf on the bottom of the planter, and that's it, y'all. It was fairly easy and super inexpensive. Okay guys, it is finally time to get to decorating this back porch. So I want to show you a few things that we bought for back here, just like Lowe's and Target and whatnot. So let me jump in. I did get this planter from Home Goods the other day. I thought it was so beautiful, so Nancy Meyers-esque, and it just added so much prettiness. So I love this. I would love to find, I want to do like a hydrangea in here, but I don't think that's going to be super, I don't know, it might work because this is like fairly shaded right now, but I don't know. I thought this would just be a really pretty planter to put a plant in. Obviously you can't plant in it, it's open, but yeah, so I got this, and this was only like $20 at Home Goods. Yeah, $19.99. So I thought that was a great find. So we were at home one day, the store at home, and I found this really pretty planter, and I guess it could be indoor or outdoor, and it was $20. So I don't know, I thought it was just really pretty. There's birds everywhere. So I just wanted to add some more like planters out here, just really cozy it up. So then at Lowe's, I found this 2-pack of planters. They're like pedestals. I don't know why the picture's upside down, but the little pedestal pieces are here, but it's just like a really nice light beige terracotta color, and they're plastic. I just thought this would be great, and I want to have these on the porch too. And I might use one of them in our front yard. I'm still on the hunt for like the perfect pillows, but I did find 2 of them at Lowe's, and I think they're so stinking pretty. This is a good, probably 24-inch, yeah, I'd say it's a 24-inch pillow, but it's just this really pretty Hawaiian print. But it's the blue and white, so you know, very Nancy Meyers. It's like a toile Hawaiian print, so I thought that was really pretty, so I've got that. And then we found this really pretty like heron one. There's a wallpaper that's super popular that's the same print that people use, but I think it's really pretty, so added that one. And I would like to find more, but I just haven't found any like that I really want to use yet, and I don't want to just buy things to buy things. So maybe as the season goes on, maybe we'll make one, or we'll just stumble upon one that we love. And then my last stop was Target, and I found this really cute little welcome outdoor sign, and I almost returned it because I was like, I don't know, I think it was like too small. But then we were like, what if we put it on the planter box, which I'll show you guys in just a minute, but on the little garden herb box. So I was like, you know, that's actually a great idea, so let's do that. So we're gonna install this into the center of the planter box, and this was like 10 bucks, so really cute little sign. And then, so since you'll see all this in just a minute, since we added on our planter box like a little shelf on the bottom, I was like, I need to have a watering can just so I can like quickly, you know, water these little plants. I don't have to get out the hose or anything. It's the Hearth and Hand one, and it was on sale this week, so I got it for 15 bucks. And it's a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. I did an online pickup, but I think it's really pretty. So I just like hang this off of the planter box. I don't know, I think that's just cute. And you know, you just like want to fill the space with things that you're gonna use, but you know, are like pretty. So it goes into the whole like Nancy Meyers world. But so we do have a few more projects to do. I need Robbie's help with that, but we've hung 2 ferns, well 3 really, but I need to hang the 3rd one the way these other ones are, and we're gonna get rid of the ones that are behind the couch. So yesterday I started filling the garden box just with some dirt. I added the Kellogg's organic raised bed soil, which is apparently one of the best soils you can get. was doing my research, and then I just like staged my herbs. So we've got rosemary, thyme, basil, and mint. And I did read that mint wasn't great to do because it gets so big. But we're just gonna do this for now, and you know, as the season goes, we can always like repurchase herbs if we need to. And you can see the pollen all over. So I need to plant these and then add more soil around them. But I just was like kind of getting it staged last night. So I've got my gloves, and here are some of the other plants we have. And I was thinking about doing this one and this one in that large planter. And then I was gonna do this little guy in here. And then this red one, I've got this really pretty planter that I got from that estate sale that I showed you guys in one of my thrifting videos. So yeah, so here is the little planter box that we built. It's out of cedar fence pickets, and I think it's super cute. Please don't mind the rest of the backyard. It is in dire need of some help. So anyways, let's just get this going. So I'm now going to work on putting this beautiful plant in this planter, and let me see what this is. A Vigoro cyclamen. I got it from Home Depot, and I think it's just really pretty, and this is a part shade plant, which is what I needed for this space. Once summer rolls around, come on. She's so indecisive if she wants to come outside or not. But once summer comes around, like there is so much sun back here. But right now, until the sun gets a little bit back into like the north part of the world, it's just a little bit shady. This is Maddie, if y'all are new here. This is our 2-year-old golden retriever. She is the sweetest dog. We love her to death. So, yes, yes, yes. Okay. I know. All right, that's good. Thank you. So I like to add just a little bit of black cow manure. You know, you can get it at Lowe's or whatever. It's very inexpensive. The dog wants to smell it. But I like to add that just to add the additional benefits of the nutrients that it has. So one way to get your plants out is just squeeze the bottom. Try to be fairly gentle with it. Alright, so I need to come in and just fill a little bit more dirt. Okay, that is perfect. It's so pretty. Hopefully it does well in here. If not, I might have to go with a bigger pot, but I think it's really pretty, so I'm just gonna give it a little drink of water. But how pretty is that? I love this planter, and it was such a good deal, so. This is apparently the best brand of soil you can get based on the ingredients. I mean, at like a normal store. So when you are planting, a good rule of thumb is to just see how the pot fits. So obviously I need a little bit more soil in here just to bring the plant up a little bit more. This is a Mona lavender. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, and then to this planter, I'm also going to add this purple Zebrina. So this is a really pretty trailing plant, and I think that the purples will just play really nicely together. we are going to make a fun little side table out of some concrete. So I picked up 4 of these. They're technically like a garden bed edge, but just this, it's like almost 16 inches tall, a little cement patio paver basically, but it's like meant for edging, but they're scalloped. So I got 4 of these. I've got some Gorilla heavy duty construction adhesive that we're going to use to get them all together. And then I've got a 12 by 12 patio paver. So basically we're going to make like a little scalloped table, like a little side table. So I'm going to lay a beach towel down, that way I don't get any of this adhesive on my fresh patio, but I'll show you exactly how we do this. First things first is we're going to take a caulk gun, take the tip off, and then I'm just going to, now we are ready. To start, I'm going to put one of those pavers down with the scalloped edge down. So we're just going to squeeze out a good bit on here. Then I'm going to take my second piece and I'm going to lay it right on top. You want them to be flush on the edges. Just going to press down on that. So then in here, I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a little while, and then we'll be back. This has set up for just a few minutes, and that's really all they need. So I'm going to set it up, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to add 2 more and place them directly in the middle. That way, like, we just create a base. So that's basically all we're doing. So I'm going to try to line these up as best as possible. Okay, so I really missed this clip, but now I just added a ton of that construction adhesive to the top, and now I'm just going to try and center this paver the best I can. It's okay if it's not 100%, but yeah, so I'm gonna get this on there before that dries. Alright, so now I'm just going to let this set up for a few hours before I do anything else with it. It just needs to sit. We just got the sunshade installed and it keeps moving a lot. So we're talking about getting like some type of clip. I'm thinking like, if y'all know what, whenever you hook up a trailer, how you have that little pin, like a pin lock. I don't know if that's the right term, but just something just so, when it's out here and it is windy, it's not, flopping you in the head. That changes so much, and it just gives a little bit more privacy. Robbie's over here about to move this fern. He's just... Really? It's no closer than that is. It's looking really nice in here. As we were cleaning up the trash from this sunshade, we found that it actually has a bungee cord system that you can install. So now we don't have to figure that out. So let's install that. Okay, so we just installed them there, and that way it just holds it nice and taut, and there's still a little bit of movement, but it's not bad. Looks so nice. All right, y'all, that wraps up today's video. We still have a few more things to do, so stay tuned for the absolute final reveal. I'm so excited about the space, and it is going to be so nice to enjoy later on in this season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye, y'all.